who's naughty and who's nice, I guess. And let me fix this a little bit. I got this light here. I don't know if I like it though. It changes colors and it does. It's like a lightsaber. Hey, anybody watching yet? Is anybody watching? Everybody's doing their holiday stuff. Molly's here. And I'm here. And I'll hang out for a little bit. Hey, there's Al Brown. Is this light working? I don't have a stand for it. I can put it over here maybe. See how that goes. And Molly's here. Hey. Hey, hi, Al. We got 4 people in the room. It's Christmas Eve. Been naughty or nice? Hey, Molly. Come here. I'm going to turn this light off. It's not working. Jeff's here. Just hanging out. Jeff, playing with my new toy. It changes. I'll show you what it does, though. It changes colors. It changes colors. And then I can change the saturation. Make it more red. Is that kind of cool? Happy Sunday. Happy Christmas Eve, right? Are people not celebrating? It turned my shirt from blue to green. That's kind of interesting. FS, yeah. It's been a minute since I've done a live, and the you need NFL Network to watch the Patriots game. So I said, let me jump on for half an hour and see how everybody's doing. L likes the light. It's kind of creepy. Peace and love and blessings. Big Mix 75. Hey, L. I don't celebrate Saturnina Christmas. Yeah, I'm home. What they say, Home Alone. That's one of the movies that we'll be talking about. But Molly's here. Let me turn this off. This is silly. Yeah. Whoa. Takes a little minute to adjust, adapt to things. Come here. You want a treat? It's Mike and Molly hour. Come here. There she is. Grown fam is here. We're waiting for a midnight show of The Color Purple. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have some people that saw it already. They think it's great. They thought it was a great movie. I had a chance to go, but I was on a shoot. I didn't want to leave my gear in the car. The last thing I need is to get robbed or ripped off, knock wood, because I wanted to go see a movie early. So maybe I'll go at midnight myself. There you go. Have I heard of a movie called Sugar Hill? There's 2 movies called Sugar Hill. There's one from the 70s with Marky Bay and Don Pedro Colley, and then there's one that I'm aware of called Sugar Hill with Michael Wright from the 5 Heartbeats. So which one are we talking about? And then there's a TV series, like a straight-to-video series called Sugar Hill, which has a black cast, which I'm sure you're not talking about because very few people know about that one. Right here. Right here. Yeah. Look the part. Looks the part. Taraji is shook for me. She owns that part. Have you seen the movie Leave the World Behind? If so, what do you think of it? I don't know what that one is. I have to Google that unless you can tell me who's in it. Sugar Hill, Wesley Snipes, Michael Wright. Yeah. Oh, gosh. All right, buddy. Okay, I always wanted to try and watch the first one. Is it good? It's a zombie flick. I don't know if I've seen it all the way through, to be honest with you. I have a copy of it somewhere, and at one point I was trying to get Marky Bay to do the show. She's one of my favorite actresses from the 70s. And, so I think I have a Sugar Hill poster or lobby card. I was trying to get her to sign some stuff at one point. But she she's busy doing cruises of all things, mystery cruises with her husband. So she just didn't have time to go and talk about her past. So, hey, Dadiva, Leave the World Behind is a sleeper. Wait, hang on. Molly, take the stage. I gotta grab my Google device. Take the stage. All right, up here. Up here. Up here. Oh, goofy. All right, she'll either come up or she won't. Hang on. Sleeper. What's Leave the World Behind, folks? Taraji does look to be killing. So a lot of people are really excited about this Color Purple. I There's a lot of black movies coming out, or movies with black casts, I should say, coming out in the next month or so. You got Color Purple, Book of Clarence, American Fiction, and Origin. Those are the top four, movies that are coming, that people are talking about in my feeds. Boy, you guys are chatting. We got 50 people in the room. This is great. So what are you guys doing tonight? Besides sitting here listening to me rattle on. Good to see I'm doing well. Thank you. Yeah, this is a check-in for people. And, I know a lot of people are having rough times around the holidays. I know a few people who have loved ones, in the hospital, sick. I know a lot of people, they've overextended their budgets and they want to do certain things and they can't. And, I know a lot of people are just away from their families and they don't have anybody to hang out with. So that's why I wanted to jump on and hang out and see how everybody's doing, how everybody's year has been and what everybody else is doing. Oh, Leave the World Behind. I fell asleep on that movie. Okay, yeah. I know what it is now. Yeah, that's the Mahershala Ali and Julia Roberts movie that's on Netflix. I haven't seen it all the way through. It felt like a Night Shyamalan movie to me, what I saw of it. But it just was so veiled in its own mystery, I didn't buy in right away. But I do need to go back to it. It was just a long night and I fell asleep on it. But that actually is the one movie that I did make an effort to check out. And I'm watching right now Stamped from the Beginning on Netflix, which is a good documentary. It's going to be good for my students. AJ's cooking for tomorrow. Mike Pender's in the building. Wow. People are hanging out. Want to see the Color Purple. How many people, by show of hands, are going to see Color Purple in the next 3 days? I watched the world behind, waiting for something spectacular to happen. Nothing happened. Well, I mean, they had spectacular things going on. I mean, one of the things that I saw in the teaser was when Mahershala shows up at the beach and he's running from the explosion or whatever it was and all kinds of stuff. But it reminded me of a Night Shyamalan movie. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But if there was a cyber attack and everything that's controlled by computers is suddenly attacked, the first thing to go would be electricity. So unless all the places that they went to visit had generators, there'd be no story, right? So how is it that the computers have attacked everything, but then the electrical grid is still intact, especially in New York? Movie made no sense on that level to me. So, but you have to suspend disbelief, I suppose, and that's a big what if, and it's a big thing that creates a lot of fear for people, and then the racial tension aspect of the movie was interesting as well. Julia Roberts being sort of a covert racist and having to learn how to get along. But the Obamas had something to do with that one, right? Synovia, excuse me. Synovia's in the building. Peace and it's so good to see you again. I hope my holidays are wonderful. Black at you. Um, and Molly's over on her thing, so I guess I'll put these treats back away. But please keep the conversation going. I'll keep. Am I excited for the American Society of Magical Negroes? I'm not sure what that one's about. I saw the poster for it. Um, part of me likes movies that deal with race. So like American Fiction definitely got my interest. Um, I'm always thinking next level. Okay, now we have the Magical Negro movie, and we're drawing attention to that. And it was a clever concept that people got financing for. Um, what I'm spending the majority of my creative energy on right now is how can you make black film that doesn't overtly address issues of race? And it's been done where you have movies with black characters, and it's definitely a black world. Like Insecure comes to mind, and it deals with issues that are specific to us. You know, I guess, as important as race is, I'm still waiting for movies to come my way that give me catharsis as a black person that speak to me, but don't underline the idea that somehow I'm different than everybody else. So, and that's a challenge because we live in a world where it's codified certain things are black and certain things that aren't black are labeled white. So you risk, if you just want to tell a basic story, you risk saying, oh, that's just a white story in blackface. And that's not necessarily the case. How can it be a human story? We're all related through Adam and Noah. Nothing But a Man comes to mind, which is coming out on Criterion Collection Blu-ray in February, in time for Black History Month. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and it seems to succeed in that respect because it's a story that's very specific to black identity, but it's also a love story at the same time. And the love story is what's predominant. It was made by a couple of white guys in the 60s, but they really gave credence to the characters and gave the actors free reign, Abby Lincoln and Ivan Dixon, to tell a story. Let me see. I need a reboot of Cosmic Slop. That's one of the crimes of the 20th century, that we only got one episode of Cosmic Slop Big Mix. I mean, that should have been an ongoing series, the same way Curb Your Enthusiasm goes on and on and on and comes back and disappears and comes back. We should have like 50 episodes of Cosmic Slop. The movie was by a German filmmaker, yes, Michael Romer, who I'm gonna try and get on the show. I have his number. As we get closer to the release date, I'm gonna see if he'll come on and do a interview with me. So, has anybody been to any concerts lately? That's a very good question, FS. Has anybody been to any concerts lately? I mean, there's a ton at the end of the year. The last one I was at, I filmed a few. Christopher Williams at World Cafe Live. I filmed Orrin Evans, Robin Eubanks, and Bilal at South. But the last ticket that I paid for, it might have been a year ago. Smokey Robinson at the Met, maybe, something like that. I didn't go to Roots Picnic this year, so it might have been. I feel like it was at the Met was the last ticket I bought, but I've been on a budget, so I'm not trying to floss or go see stuff like that. Mike hasn't in a while. Next year will be the 60th anniversary release of Nothing But a Man. 64, yeah, you're right. 64, 2023. Mm-hmm. And Michael Romer and Bob Young are still around. And I was very blessed to meet both of those guys. One of my favorite movies. Don't go to any concerts this year, and I love concerts. How are your students doing, Mike? Any standouts? Um, yeah, we had a lot of standout students, and I wish I could give them A pluses. The way the grading curve went, some people who were affected by illness ended up getting the same grade, honestly, as people who had perfect attendance. And I don't know if that's fair, but that's just how the syllabus was set up. So, you, but yeah, we had a few really good students, really bright kids. Coming up next semester, it's going to be bigger classes for me and new information that I've got to absorb. So, I really shouldn't be on here that long because I got to read like 2 textbook worth of information to prepare for class. Um, Alexander, what are your thoughts on the Bayard Rustin biopic? Have I seen it? Good question. I've been reluctant to watch it for various reasons. Um, I love George C. Wolfe. I love Coleman Domingo. I don't have any problem with any of that. Um, I just don't want to sit down for a history lesson. Um, on Mike, yeah, please support Mike Pender's movie Swing, which is on Prime Video for rent or purchase. Swing's a fun series. And is it a movie now or is it a web series? Did you consolidate the episodes so it's one price, or how does that work, Mike? Um, Local Philly filmmaker I've known forever, and he's got the movie Swing on Prime Video. Why not Tubi? That's the question I have for you, Mike. And then now, Tubi, people were like all in on Tubi, and now they're not accepting as many independent films as they were. Tubi's always been owned by Fox, consolidated into one film. Thank you. Um, so now black folks are complaining because they had embraced Tubi as their own platform, and it turns out, now that this ad-supported platform for watching movies has taken off post-pandemic, they're less interested in putting up anything in everybody's movie. The same way Amazon Prime used to pay out well for independent work as long as you promoted it. Tubi was that same kind of ad-supported platform, and it gave a lot of people opportunities to make some decent coin off their independent films. And now I'm hearing that the aggregators that are responsible for helping to license the films to Tubi are having a tougher time getting stuff. So there's a backlash with the creators. It's like, see, I told you, as soon as they get popular, they get rid of the black stuff the same way Fox does, the same way HBO did for a while, and all these other platforms. They build up their audience on black content. UPN, WB, all those places. Now Tubi is the latest one. So, Mike, they just signed with the distributor, will submit to Tubi and other outlets. Well, good luck with that. I mean, they said that it's getting harder to get onto Tubi. So, not to say that Tubi was the bottom rung, but they were more welcoming to independent filmmakers for a while. Favorite holiday movie is A Diva's Christmas Carol with Vanessa Williams. Interesting. I mean, I have mine here. It's not really a holiday film, but it's set during the holidays, and it's something I go to every year, Trading Places with Eddie Murphy. And no, I have not watched Candy Cane Lane yet. I just haven't had the time or the inclination. If anybody's seen it and recommends it, I'll check it out this weekend. Tubi's owned by Fox, no surprise. I watched a movie called Asunder on YouTube. Oh, they put that on YouTube now? That's Tim Reed's movie. It's kind of considered a classic. In Vogue still got it. Candy Cane Lane was corny. Trading Places is a classic, yes. We have to start putting our dollars and energy into more homegrown projects. It's a double-edged sword because there should be a place that's welcoming to our stories, black stories, that is not necessarily segregated. Let me rewind a little bit. I think the problem is that there's no sensitivity when it comes to promotion of black stories. Yes, we have the ability to tell our own stories, but do we have the ability to promote them properly? And it goes in cycles and waves. Tubi was a great platform, maybe it still is, for unsigned hype to get their thumbnail seen and have people click and be entertained globally, and have their work discovered, more so than the gatekeepers at a Netflix or gatekeepers at even Amazon Prime at this point, or HBO or ABC, NBC, all those places. But then what happens when you don't own it? And they decide that, venture capital decides that it can go another way, it can go another direction with their stuff. Then you're left out in the cold. So, we need a mascot. We need ownership. We need a place that respects and values our type of entertainment. But at the same time, I think it needs to be, it can't just be a free-for-all. There needs to be some discernment. Back in the day, we had a strong, about to read this book about Siskel and Ebert, where, tastemakers would tell you this is worth your time. So Friday After Next as a Christmas movie, okay. Dashing Through the Snow with Ludacris is better than Candy Cane Lane. Dashing Through the Snow, is that the one with Little Rel also? That's on Peacock or something? I'm so behind. I think I saw one movie in the theater all this past year, and I used to be at the theater every other day, pre-pandemic. You going live tomorrow? I might. I mean, I think the Eagles are playing tomorrow, and depending on if they win or if they don't, I expect them to win. I may go live. I may also be with family, so I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow yet. What am I going? Underpaying of black women in Hollywood. Alexander, honestly, I saw the headline. I didn't watch her cry. I don't want to watch her cry over not getting paid. It sounds like her management was a mess, that she missed a golden opportunity to, what did she do? Proud Mary on her off time when her show was hot, when Empire was hot. She didn't she didn't parlay that into bigger opportunities for herself. But the pay discrepancy is real between black people and black women, especially in Hollywood, and their white counterparts. And I think they'll always find a way to justify it. So, when you get to Taraji level, she's an Oscar nominated actress and she's done all this kind of stuff. I think that you have to put yourself in a position of power and not wait around for somebody outside of your circle to determine your value. And that means producing your own content. That means having relationships with people where you can get the green light to do certain things and executive produce. You don't have to be in front of the camera all the time. There are ways for Taraji to make more money in Hollywood, especially being who she is. It sound it sounded like the headline was I didn't get paid as much as I should have, and then the sub headline was I fired my management team because they were fucking up. So, well, she's talking about Benjamin Button. She only made $150,000. Tyler Perry's is the only producer that pays her $250,000 a project. Well, she should get points or a percentage of the profit. I mean, like her name has value. She should be. Again, I feel like she should be driving her own ship at this point. She shouldn't be waiting for other people to give her jobs. That's my feeling, Mike. But at the same time, what was Terrence Howard saying? He only got $12,000 for Hustle and Flow, and they cut him off after that. He didn't get any points. So, and then the writer's strike and all this other stuff. The book I'm listening to now it's called Pandora's Box by Peter Biskin. I really expected it to be about how streaming destroyed the Hollywood industry, but it's just sort of a catalog of the growth and development of HBO and Netflix. So it was a little disappointing. But, paying these flat fees, it benefits the top tier talent, but it hurts everybody else. There's something to be said for the way the system was set up before, but at the same time, Netflix built this business model that was built around the algorithm, and it's sort of like, their analogy was when you buy a book, you're not limited to how many pages you can read a night. So we're giving you the whole book at one time. If you want to binge watch Breaking Bad and watch all, 30 episodes or whatever it was at one time, or if you want to pace yourself and watch one a week, then that's cool. But what that does, it creates an incessant demand, and there's a finite supply. So one of the things the book talks about is how it created bloat for a lot of shows like Stranger Things, where they were rushing to make these things so fast that the shows got longer. There was no real arc to them, and and then it varied from. There was no structure to it. Have I heard The Invisible Ink book by Courtney B. Vance? It's a must-read for black men. No, Courtney Vance wrote a book. I gotta check that out. I have some clothes. I do have some clothes drying, and I can't turn it off. Good. You have good ears. How do we keep from killing each other? I don't know. That's a good question. Long Kiss Goodnight as a Christmas movie? Jingle All the Way with Sinbad. Yeah, prayers up for Sinbad. I hope he's doing all right tonight. Little Royal and Little Ludacris. Hallmark Channel film Mahogany for black movies, but I don't see that a lot released on it. I have friends that are into the Christmas holiday movie game, and I, you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm Scrooge. It just seems so formulaic. The Hallmark Christmas movies, they must have 1,000 of them at this point. Literally 1,000, if not a couple hundred Christmas movies on their channel. It was the Dukes. It was the Dukes. Chuck Turner is free on YouTube. I've never seen it. Chuck Turner's a good movie. I like Chuck Turner. Uh, Social media to help advertise. Well, speaking of advertising, has anybody checked out the trailer yet for Riverbend, which we're going to be premiering the restoration that I financed in Denton, Texas next month? Let's see. I know my brother. Thanks for even reading it. Home Alone and Elf. Okay. Entertainment is a large slave plantation eluded by Luke James' character in the TV show Star. Well, what's interesting, I feel like it's indicative of every industry that exists in America. We're in a capitalistic society that's designed to keep the rich rich, and the disparity has shifted so much in the last 75 years or so that it's not funny. You know, everything is built on the backs of free labor. And even like this thing that we're doing right now, we're creating content to be advertised on. We're interacting, and the trade-off is that somebody else is going to get rich off this content. So I think it's important to support Mike Pender as part of the cultural exchange of that. Blues Brothers, is that a Christmas movie? Will Riverbend be premiering for Black Film Festivals? I would love to check it out, or on streaming platforms. Well, we have a little legal issue that may prevent us from making it super widely available. Still trying to figure that out. I should say, I thought that I was given some advice that said, well, this movie's in limbo. You could get away with putting it out if you want, if you do it undercover. And then I started to talk to distributors and other video company people, and they're like, it's a bad idea. But I'm working with the director, so and I feel like as long as he's involved at the screenings, we have a certain amount of cover. It's really, my intention was, it's a love letter to Sam Furstenberg to have one of his little scene movies, a movie that I'm very passionate about, see the light of day. Otherwise, it would be lost if I hadn't come across a 35 millimeter print of the film and decided to have it transferred and restored. It turns out the film is cut from its original release. So we did some things to help fill in the story a little bit for audiences in the 21st century. And the hope is ultimately, to answer your question, Alexander, that we can identify exactly who the proper rights holders are for the film and get a proper release for the movie. But in the meantime, this is our effort to get more people aware of it, to prove that there's a market for it, and to let people know that, yes, in 1989, there was a movie that challenged the system. It got buried, and now we're trying to resurrect it. Charles Woods behind the flick. I think Charles is going to do a tribute video as part of the piece. And it'll be an undercover kind of thing. Like we may end up giving away copies of the movie to circulate, but the poster's dope. The transfer, the guys at Deaf Crocodile, Craig Rogers, did an amazing job cleaning up a really, really beat up, scratchy print of the film. You'd almost think it was from the negative. And it's a great story. It's a fun ride. I mean, for those who don't know Riverbend, you can watch it on the YouTube channel today from the VHS, but you won't get the same quality as from the 35 millimeter print. Let me see what you're saying. Rest in peace, Andre Braugher. Yeah, that was a surprise and shock. Did anybody ever say what happened? They said brief illness. Mike Nussbaum. Mike Nussbaum. Somebody just mentioned his name to me earlier today. I hate when people just. He played in Men in Black. Oh, he was 99 years old. I think he died, right? I think you're supposed to die when you get to be 99 years old. There's not much left for you to do in the world. No disrespect to Mr. Nussbaum and his family, but Stephen, when you're 99, hopefully you've lived a full and good life. And rest in peace to Mike Nussbaum. Charles Woods, I just talked to Charles last night. I think he's going to do something with it. I mean, it's a challenge, how much of a fingerprint we want to put on this release. We want people to see the movie, but we don't want to get in trouble because we want people to see the movie. So we're still working that out, the legal aspects of getting the movie out to more people. But rest assured, Riverbend will play in Denton, Texas. There'll be a Philadelphia screening of it. Hopefully we'll get it to New York. And my dream is to get to Los Angeles with Sam in attendance. Lung cancer. That was Andre Braugher, lung cancer. Okay, Mike, peace out. Wow, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't, they said brief illness. They could say lung cancer. I think that would help people better. One of my favorite Christmas films, yeah, let's get into this, is Jack Frost by Rankin Bass. Is that the Friesmeister one? Also, I greatly appreciate your archival work. Your channel has educated me very much. Merry Christmas. Thank you. I appreciate the love. What's his face? Did you hear about what happened to one of the Dixie Chicks? Stephen, the way you phrase these things, yeah, I did hear about that. It was a car accident, rest in peace. Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. That's a good one. That's a great holiday movie. I forgot about that one. Do you like It's a Wonderful Life? Honestly, I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life. And I know that's criminal. I bought it last Christmas with the intention of watching it. I might have seen it, but I don't remember it. Little Drummer Boy. So which one is the Friesmeister? I'm Mr. Friesmeister. This Christmas was a good movie. That's what I got to do tomorrow, is a Who Did It Better for this Christmas. Chris Brown or Donny Hathaway. And hopefully it'll go through, I think the Donny Hathaway stuff gets blocked a lot. It came on today. Oh. But you know what I'm talking about, the Friesmeister movie? Snowmeister's in A Year Without Santa Claus. Thank you. Jack Frost as Kubla Kraus and the villain. Thank you, what's his face? Hey, Superstar. We got Superstar and Synovia in the building. I've been talking for 40 minutes. I'll go off after. Oh, people are already voting. Donnie over Chris Brown? Well, it's the original. Jingle All the Way. Preacher's Wife is a good one. What about, what's the one with Charlie Murphy that came out the same year as this Christmas? Just want to keep you up to date because I know you don't have time. What's weird, Stephen, I get all the obituaries pop up on my feed instantly. And, I always read biographies. So whenever somebody's obituary comes up, I'm curious. So, yeah, the Dixie Chicks person. I guess the woman she was killed in a car crash, and but she wasn't part of the famous Chicks, Dixie Chicks. She left the group before they had their breakout. Chris Brown, Perfect Christmas. Thank you. Yeah, do people like that one? JT is another holiday movie. It's on the channel JT with Kevin Hooks. I love that movie. It makes me cry. Die Hard. Okay. What else is? I'm waiting for more stuff to pop up on the feed. Cat is sleeping. Die Hard. This Christmas. Yeah. Did anybody else pass away? Andre Braugher. That was a big one, and I've been seeing a lot of like anniversaries of people pop up on the feed. I finally finished your cooking. Hey, yeah. What did you make, superstar? What did you cook? You know, my mouth is watering. I gotta. If I want to eat tomorrow, I gotta go see my aunt, which I don't mind going to see my aunt, but I'm not cooking tomorrow. Uh, I'm just waiting for more stuff to pop up. Did you see the Made for Kid Who Loved Christmas? That was on the channel for a blip back in the day. Did I ever watch it? I know I've seen. That's with Sammy Davis Jr. at the end. Star Wars special. Ever had Haitian food? No, but one of my best friends is Haitian, and she's always trying to get me to eat Haitian food. Um, Goat and different patties and things like that. Cicely Tyson as well. Yeah, that was produced by Eddie Murphy, that Kid Who Loved Christmas. He did a good job. It's a shame he didn't continue with producing stuff, but he did a great job with Kid Who Loved Christmas. He had a TV show that's on YouTube called Moe's World that he helped produce. Oh, no, no, no. He didn't do Moe's World. He did one called What's Alan Watching? Um, Favorite Christmas TV episode? That's a good question. I like the Amos and Andy Christmas. I like uh, TV Christmas episodes. Did the Good Times episode with Debbie Allen, did that take place at Christmas? That's a good one. That two-parter where JJ gets married, he elopes. Charlie Brown Christmas is my favorite. South Park Christmas. Okay. What's your favorite, Alexander? Um, Christmas episodes. Well, I mean, I'm just thinking back to like 70s shows and different things. I wish Charles were here. He could give you a litany of them. Or I could have come more prepared. Uh, the Jazz and Peanuts, Rise of the Guardians, Prom, PJ's Christmas episode. Okay. I have PJ's over here somewhere. I can't reach it. They go for a lot. Just to think in another 5 years, my DVDs will be worthless because everybody's going to be moving on to other stuff. I don't think so with Debbie Allen. Martin's Christmas and Fresh Prince of Christmas. I would say the Christmas Sanford and Son episode. I don't know if I remember that one. Odd Couple Christmas. Jane Austen movies. Debbie Allen Prom. What's the most cringe Christmas thing? Like somebody's sweater? What is a cringe Christmas thing? Song for You, Donny Hathaway or Temptations? I like Donny Hathaway's Song for You. I like Donny Hathaway. That's a good one though. If they accept it, maybe we'll do that one as well for the Who Did It Better. Did you drink eggnog? When I found out what was in eggnog, it made me like, throw up in my throat. But I used to guzzle eggnog when I was a little kid, I didn't know what was in it. And then eggnog stories. Then I found out, that you're supposed to spike the eggnog. And there's a whole different realm of eggnog, so. But I'm not an eggnog person. Once people move on, your DVD collection may increase in value. Uh, uh, it's for me. I just came to the conclusion I love physical media. Um, I'm always going to want to have stuff. I'm of that generation. I don't want to give anything away about that End of the World movie, but it's sort of an ode to people who have physical media, But, and for a long time, I could tell you a story about everything that I ever bought. Like I had memories of finding, tracking down a record and buying it and listening to it for the first time. So it becomes part of you. But now everything feels disposable, and I feel like maybe I'm overburdened with stuff. And I'm getting to that age where I don't really have anybody to pass it down to, nor do they want it. So I've got to start filtering not what I have, but what I bring in to the collection. I'm at that stage in my collecting where I've got to be very discerning about what I bring in, and I really should start to whittle away things that I don't need in the collection, get rid of it now while it does have some value, if not financial value, has some value to somebody else, where it just doesn't end up in the trash. Let's see, we got a lot more comments here. Let's see what's going on here. Mariah Carey has the best Christmas song. What do you think, Mike? As far as original, non-standard Christmas songs, she's got the most bank. Um, I like her song. I like her song. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Mariah Carey. Um, it's catchy. It's stuck in my head now. Thank you, Stephen. It's catchy Christmas song. She'll eat forever off that music. DreamWorks Animation's rise to the Guardians, becoming the first African American to direct a major American animated film and co-directing. Oh, Peter. Yeah. Peter Ramsey. Yes, he's kind of undercover with it. Peter Ramsey. You watched Steve Leave the World Behind. We were talking about that earlier. I fell asleep on. I got to go back and watch it. Um, is there going to be the Battle of the Bands, Mike? It was great that you lined up great groups battling music songs, the best of. Well, tomorrow I'm gonna post up this Christmas Donny Hathaway versus Chris Brown, and hopefully it doesn't get rejected by get a copyright block. Gee Whiz's Christmas is a good one. Yes. Silent Night by the Temptations, right? OJ's I Can't Hardly Wait for Christmas. Hey, Jamie. Jamie White's in the building. Merry Christmas, everyone. Who misses Showtime at the Apollo? I do. I'm glad they brought it back. James Brown Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto. Luther Christmas Time. Santa Claus is a Black Man. I like that one too. Gary Johnson, Peace and Blessings, yes. Yeah, hey Daoud, how's Texas? We just hanging out. Been on close to an hour. I should while Daoud is here, I'm gonna take a sip of water. The cat is knocked out. She had her treats and she's in her bed, sleeping. Leave the World Behind ended abruptly. Jamie, thank you for real content. You're welcome. Was my favorite place on Wednesday nights. Yeah. I'm going to be in Texas in January. I don't know if I'm going to be close to you. I forget what city you're in. I'm going to be near Dallas. Run Christmas in Hollis. This time last year, I think we did a Christmas show. I don't know if it's still up, but that was fun playing all those hits. Texas is beautiful. I hear it's cold. Somebody told me I ran into somebody from Texas said it's gonna be cold in January and be ready for it. And Molly, yeah, she's over there. I'll see if I can get her to come over. Cause hey Molly. Oh boy, yeah, here she comes. You gotta come up. She's coming. Bus is coming. Oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino gave that a shout out. In his book, it got a lot of views because of Quentin Tarantino. Rennie, You've Got Mail is not really a Christmas movie. Didn't they do Sleepless in Seattle? Is that a New Year's movie or Christmas? You just dropped it, buddy. It's Molly. People who missed early. Right here. Dropped it. Hey, Dadiva. Hey. I was away for a few days and she got homesick. She missed me. And for 3 nights, she just laid next to me all night. Molly has jewelry now. Yeah. I got to come on more frequently, Dawood. Is everything going well for you? I need to call you anyway, just to chat. But this is and Voyeur. I'm surprised he must be busy. He's got a family. Sanovi, hey Molly, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, okay, that's it. You want to hang out? You can. Yeah, I'm actually, a little bittersweet because this couch, Christmas time 2 years ago, I had my mother come stay with me for Christmas. She was in a nursing home, and I don't know how old Molly is. And they let her come stay with me for Christmas. And like some of the last pictures I have of my mother are her. She's like, take a picture with me and Molly. Take a picture of me and Molly. And she posed. She had her little scarf and stuff. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show you. But so this is kind of a not a tough time, but a bittersweet time, Christmas, because it was like the last. There's a picture of my mom right there. I don't know. Does anybody know what kind of? It's pretty common to see black and white cats. Um, Looking for a picture of my mom with her cat. I could easily go December 25th, 2021, but it'll be at the end of the photos. I like iPhoto because it shows. Yeah, this is it. She's like, take a picture of me and Molly. Take a picture of me and Molly. Yeah, so that was 2 years ago. Today, 2 years ago today, we took that picture. Oh, thank you, Lanaya. Um, yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, just how's everybody doing? So this was supposed to be a check-in. I'll stay on another 5 minutes just to round out the hour. But is everybody doing okay? Did everybody get through the year the way they wanted to and have their health? I hope everybody's healthy. Hey, Chance, what's up, world? What's this vision? Doing pretty all right. Hey, Chance. Uh, this was a roller coaster year for me. But yeah, Molly's really cool. Kanye rant. I didn't listen to it. I love Kanye, and I just when he's off his meds now, I just don't pay attention. It's a shame how he's ruined his career because of his illness. Uh, I guess what can bring you up can also bring you down. A lot of people like Kanye for his outspokenness, but I think he's on the wrong side of history with some of this stuff. Uh, and I've seen it. I've seen it happen, and a lot of people. You know, I mean, it's not a secret. I'm bipolar, and I go through things, but I don't have the same platform that Kanye does. You know, and I think he needs help at this point. I think he needs help. Uh, I don't know, but if there's anybody who's Teflon, it would be a Kanye. But I think the first rule in show business is you don't bite the hand that feeds you. And I think that's why he's over in Dubai now, um, because those people like what he has to say. But, I haven't heard his new music. I would love to hear his new music. Um, I'm a fan. I'm a true fan of Kanye. Takashi Mandela's in the building. What's up, DJ Mike? Happy holidays. Yes. Um, yeah, just pray for Kanye, let's see. You know what occurred to me? There are two platforms at least available for 3 through libraries. Hoopla and Canopy. Yes, maybe they could be approached as a platform for black film and media. I think, you at this point, things are going back. The water's receding back into the ocean, right? So we could. It's always the same issue, and I'll try and make it a succinct point. Until we own stuff of our own, we're always going to have the same complaint. And people that are exposed to money and real money, they don't want limits placed on their money. They want to have all of the money. They want to have access to everybody. And certainly, I think what we've proven with Reelblack is that you can build something that is designed to help and empower black people. Oh, George McGinnis passed away? I'm sorry to hear that. Big Sixers fan I am. Shout out to Dr. J. George McGinnis and Dr. J. Those are my guys growing up. Um, Unless we own it, we're always subject to having it taken away from us. You know, and I think the hip white folks have always been attracted to what's cool and what's black. So there's, and they're not going to be offended when you say, hey, we're making something specifically for black people. The only people that feel threatened by that are the people that have reason to feel threatened. And I'll leave that at that, But um, in my own experience, it takes a lot of money to play in certain play grounds to own stuff or to have things or whatever. Wanting to start a black owned physical media label to bring out movies that otherwise would be lost to time was something I really was passionate about. I still am passionate about doing it, but I realize that that it's it's going to take a lot of money to pull it off, and a lot of that content that we want to say we love and we own. Like every movie that was mentioned as our favorite Christmas movie is owned by a corporation, white controlled corporation, right? So, how often are they going to play This Christmas versus It's a Wonderful Life? You know what I mean? Uh, I hope I finished my thought. I don't know if I did. 2 votes for This Christmas. Synovia. I think there's been a lot more votes than 2 for This Christmas. It's been Synovia. It's been a great year for me. I hope everyone's having a great year also. I had ups and downs this year. The two part, okay. I mean, Canopy's great, Hoopla's great, but they're still not black owned, and I don't know if you can have space. Then the question becomes what is black and what isn't. You know, um, but the problem as I see it is a lot of the catalog titles. Like I don't know if you can have a Motown again. Because segregation created a Motown. That was something like that only could exist within segregation. I don't think you can reinvent the wheel and make a black-owned, black-controlled, creative entity that's purely about making black music or black entertainment without having to integrate white dollars into it. It's just so big now, and again, a lot of what we think, a lot of the stuff we love, we don't own, and we'll never own it. So, what are your thoughts about Taraji's words? You're late. I just talked about Takashi. My take on that is that she needs a better team. A lot of people, there is pay disparity, yes. And yes, my girlfriend Precious helped me. I interviewed her. I'm just blanking right now. What's her name? Monique. Thank you. Monique is right. There's a pay disparity, and until people stand up to it, they're not going to get it. But if you're in Taraji's position, you should be initiating your own projects and controlling them, and sort of like what Viola Davis has done. When you're the star of a long-running, hour-long dramatic series, you should be getting paid top dollar, and you should be parlaying that attention and access into creating the next thing for yourself. You shouldn't be waiting for the phone to ring. If you're Taraji, you should be initiating content for yourself and creating opportunities for other people to get paid well. But as Bill Duke would say, it's a pimp and whore business, and no one's really ever going to pay you what you feel you deserve, let alone what you're worth. So I feel for Taraji. I feel for anybody who's really trying to make it in the entertainment business, because the 1% is the guy who owns Netflix. He's getting all the money, and he's parceling out to talent what he thinks they deserve, but he owns that stuff forever, regardless. Thank you, Al. Um, yeah, so that's my thoughts on Taraji. I mean, she needs a better agent if she's feeling like she's not getting paid well enough. But there's a pay disparity, and it's racially motivated, and there's no two ways about it. So she's entirely within her right to complain about that and call people out on it. But we need to support Taraji. We need to broker better deals and be more transparent about the deals. My own experience. I just went through this year. I licensed 3 video clips from the archive to different Netflix and different documentaries, and they really didn't want to pay anything. And I was happy to be a part of it because I was happy to be a part of it. It was Chris Rock, who's a friend, and Kevin Hart, who's a Philly guy. But when I saw that Kevin Hart, Chris Rock documentary, I was like, dag, I needed to play hardball with them because they used so much of my content. It was all over the documentary. And I probably could have gotten a few $1,000s more if I had just stayed firm instead of letting them act like they were broke. Because I'm sure when Jay-Z was ready to license his song for the movie, or Prince was ready to license his song for the movie, there was no, we don't have the money for it. But that's what they do. I'm low guy on the totem pole. And next time around, I'll have the ability to say no. I thought I was, sometimes, you say it's better to be part of something, have a piece of something than have a piece of nothing. But then when you see how vital your contribution is to the success of something, then you feel like, okay, you should not be trying to take advantage of me. And I'm sure that that's how Taraji feels. Like there's nobody else like a Taraji P. Henson. And she has her name, her presence in a movie does put asses in seats, So she's got, like I said before, she's got every right to complain, but I think her main complaint should be to her team, and what is she, 15, 20 years into the game? She shouldn't be waiting for the phone to ring. She should be making the calls and getting people on board on her own projects. Now, if she is and they're not receptive to her ideas, then that's a whole nother level of racism and discrimination that exists. Like, we'll have you in our movie, but we're not interested in making movies that you want to make. Hence Brown Sugar. But what do I think about the movie Origin? Ava DuVernay is a genius, and everybody should go see Origin. I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's great. Synovia Indigo. When Monique was speaking on the issue, it seemed like everybody who'd been in her corner turned against her. Yeah, well, sometimes people respond to energy. I've learned that a lot. Sometimes people just respond to your energy. So it wasn't necessarily what she was saying was wrong or untrue. It was just the circumstances in which she was presenting. She made it very personal to her, stealing content is a problem too. Well, you're watching Reelblack TV, so I've been accused of theft. I can't speak one way or the other. I'm not Robin Hood, but YouTube allows it. They make money off of everybody's content, regardless of whether it's original or not. So I'll just leave that there. Like it's like everybody's speeding. If you can greenlight a movie, you should be getting paid. Well, I'm not saying that Taraji's in a position to greenlight stuff. I'm just saying, on the strength of her name, she shouldn't be waiting for people to cut her a check. She should be at least have her own car every once in a while and drive it. Like, I thought Proud Mary was not the best movie in the world, but it showed promise and potential. And also in that interview that came out, she was saying she fired her whole team because they didn't have anything for her to take her to the next level after the success of Empire. She was as big as anything for a minute, and she was getting paid, and that's all they were thinking about. They weren't thinking about the next move. So that's why I criticize her team. It's because she fired them. I'm not making anything up. Ironic, YouTube is the biggest pirate in the world. I agree. Um, where's the movie Origin? It's not opening until mid-January. But you can buy tickets if you're interested. You can put money into a fund that will give free tickets to people to go see Origin when it does come out. But I think it's going to be part of the Oscar race. It's like playing in New York and LA, but it doesn't really open wide until next year, next month. Celebs are brand names only. I think she can greenlight something. It might not. There's very few people that can greenlight stuff unless it's like me. I say, hey, I want to go live. I just greenlit myself. But um, I don't even know if the guy at Disney, that the black guy that worked at Disney, he's not there anymore. I don't even know if he had the power to greenlight um, a movie. That's something that they hold back. Maybe you could argue Byron Allen has power to greenlight a movie, but he's been threatening to make movies for years, and he's just been acquiring new properties. I haven't seen any movies come out of entertainment studios yet. I haven't seen Taraji in anything since Abbott Elementary or an award show here and there. Well, she said she was just down on the business. I mean, I think it's the same thing that happened with Monique. You establish a rate, you want to get respected. You don't want to work for less than your rate, so you have to turn work down. So I guess the color purple and what you're saying with Tyler Perry and that movie that he's doing about the World War II women, the postal workers. I guess she's in that. She got paid well for that, but beyond that, you have to sit on the bench unless you want to be exploited. That's why I say you're in a perfect position to try to initiate your own projects at that point. So I mean, look at Bradley Cooper. Not to say anything Taraji's done is The Hangover. But he's shifted gears. He's directing now. He's producing now. He's in a position of power in the sense that he's created for himself. And I don't know. Honestly, I'd love to talk to Taraji P. Henson about that. That issue. I'm sure she's talking to a lot of people though. This is my only Christmas gift. This is a gift I got for myself. I'm gonna take it to Texas with me to do interviews, and it's a light. Like it? One of the award shows. Yeah. I mean, Taraji's cool. I mean, that could be a whole episode. Maybe I'll get Jason Clue on and we'll do some research and we'll talk about that. We need a Black Actors Guild outside of the usual. I mean, you know, how do I feel? Um, there are enough people in Hollywood of color that abuse should never happen to anybody at this point. People should not feel like they're in their own corners and they can't communicate and find out what other people are getting paid, or if they're being paid properly, or if they're not getting paid. Oh, thank you, Stephen. You know, outside of the usual one that's in place, I think that there should be enough transparency that people don't feel like they're being taken advantage of at this point in time. But yeah, so is it 10 o'clock in on the East Coast, and I think Molly is knocked out. I'll show you Molly. She's knocked out, and I've got to judge a film festival. Did I watch the Grammys? No, I missed the Grammys. Um, I took a few days off. I was away for a week last week, but I'm gonna watch Trading Places. If not tonight, in the next few days, because that's my movie. And I'll, anybody, any final thoughts as we close it down? We shut this down. Um, Die Hard. Okay, everybody's picking Die Hard. Do I have? I've got Die Hard over there somewhere. I should put that on. Oh, you're fixing your spelling, Dode. Yeah, if you're near Dallas, I got a lot of reading. That book is 500 pages, and I just need to read the first chapter and decide if I want to use it as a textbook. Thanks, Michael Lanaya. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. People are fading out. Yeah, how do you do the little heart thing? I like that. And we got 68 likes and 45 people watching. How do you do the little? Oh, Frisco. Okay, I don't know where that is. Thank you for the. I like the hearts. That's fun. Yeah. All right. Nice material. Daoud, Stevens, Novia, L, Superstar. I see everybody hung out with me. I'll try and do it more often, especially during the little winter break. The laundry's done. Don't hear that anymore. You hear her purring? I'll bring it closer. Hang on. So she's happy. New York till Wednesday. Yeah. No, it's good to hang out. Yeah, she's very happy. Yeah. So next time we come on, we'll talk New Year's resolutions probably. But yeah, she's purring her butt off tonight. Boy. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Yeah. Love you guys. Peace.